Today is Friday, not Saturday, Friday, November 28th, 2025. And I've actually been a little ill lately. And so I got sick with something, ran a fever, and then missed being able to film, just trying to recover from that. And then, had another week of work. And then last week, I took off Thursday and Friday. And Thursday night, 2 minutes before the Aries training net, I was about to start it, and I had to call the assistant emergency coordinator. Said, "You got to take this. I don't know what's going on. Something's going wrong. Bye." Click. And he started the net, took care of everything for me, and did an awesome job. But some kind of stomach bug hit me, so that kind of wiped me out for another Saturday. So. Sorry I haven't been making videos. I haven't been feeling well. And so I figured, well, I'm going to get over the stomach bug. And I worked out Saturday morning and, felt great after the workout. I kind of went and pushed myself a little bit harder in the beginning of my cardio. And at the end, I backed it off to where I normally do. And I said, well, I'm going to start coming in the mornings because I'm off. I'm off all this week. And what did I do? I slept. I slept a lot. I did do a few things here and there, but for the most part, I just slept. And I guess my body needed it. But I was planning on making videos, going out and doing things, getting out live, but I was more getting into bed. And sometimes life's just going to do that to you, and that's what happened. But I do have HF set up at the house now, and it's not the final... not everything's done yet, let's just say that. I have an RG8X cord going from here to my window port that I got for my cable. I got a pass through for the window, and it's 100 feet, and it's not 100 feet to get over there. So ordered some a couple 20-foot runs of RG8X just to have less cable clutter. But I had some of that $1 cable I bought at the Fan and Amateur Radio Club Hamfest, and some of that just didn't work. I swapped out one of those cables, and I'm like, wow, just got so much clearer. But there's still some more I need to do, and I do live in the city, so I do have some city noise I'm dealing with here. But it is cool to be able to talk to somebody. That very first night, I talked to somebody in Northwest Arkansas, and gave him my call sign. He said, "Hey, I've seen some of your videos." So Jay, that's awesome. I appreciate you watching the channel, and that was just kind of cool. Just random contact on 80 meters. Talked to a guy who knew who I was. In fact, he looked me up on QRZ, instantly recognized my face. So that was kind of cool. So I'm going to get these 2 pieces of RG8X, and I'm going to retape the outside. I'm going to tape where the connectors are going to the box, and I'm going to tape the end that's on the other side of the house near my garage. It goes all the way around the fence line. I got the main antenna, and then I have the counterpoise for the antenna going on the other side of the fence. So, let's get some energy. I can't even hold the camera. I'm so worn out. Wish I had a lot more energy for this week. I would have loved to have gone on some adventures, but come hang out with me. question is, will it work? I scanned my phone and the locker popped right open. That was fast. Here we go. Last time I had to use the touchscreen and the touchscreen wasn't working, so that was so much easier to scan it, pop, there you go, you got your product. I like that a lot better. Like the strip that they use to close these packages up. There's 3 in the package. That was nice of them. I get to throw everything away now. Alright, 2 RG8X 20-foot runs. Exactly what I ordered. But since I got bird poop on the car and the windshield washer's not doing it, might as well go to the car wash. Show you what I got down here. This is the old coax I'm going to take out, and right above here is a choke on a stick made by Ziggy in Florida, and if I can find a link I'll put it down in the description. And then the infed half wave that Paul built himself, just 100 watts SSB and 50 watts digital, and I'm gonna assume CW as well. I did a little CW last night just playing around, didn't get in contact with anybody, wasn't trying to, but just trying to practice a little bit. So I'm going to take this cable off and put the new RG8X coax on there. I'll tape it all up. The other thing I'm going to work on is this right here. I'm going to go ahead and tape that up, try to seal off the end here, as well as this one. Well, this one seems to be sealed, so I don't think I need to deal with that one. This is just all I had at the time, so I'm gonna tape that just to make sure it stays somewhat watertight. Alrighty, got the new coax connected, and this is from the old coax. I'm using gaffer tape. I'm using gaffer tape and electrical tape. I just don't want a bunch of stickiness in case I want to move this and do something with it. So that's what we're doing for now. That wasn't supposed to happen. Dadgummit. Alright. Gonna go in and bring a new one out. This thing was a booger bear to untape. Holy cow. It's a nice 90-degree angle connector. And this is my pass-through from my window. And get to focus in. Probably not, sorry. I taped it up just a little bit more just to help protect the ribbon cable, and that's where I'm going to connect it to get it inside the house. This one just slipped off too right after I put it on, so I think I need to make a run to the store. I'm going to use Paul's idea and use one that has a little heat shrink on it. Before I go, I want to take care of the terminus of the main antenna here. I pulled it in on the other side of the fence here, so it doesn't pull out very easily. But it just hangs down. But that's the rest of the wire just going down the fence there. Where the metal poles are, it goes outside and comes back in. It's time for a trip to the Home Depot. I was hoping for a variety pack, but found what I need here. $7.68. Good gosh, that's expensive. And being Black Friday, Christmas music is in full swing. And loud. But it is the time of year that you get cool stuff on the shelves, like this nugget ice maker. $200. Now the antenna was a gift, and I really appreciate that. Now the ancillary parts are not, but you know, it's like there's no such thing as a free puppy. But I mean, this is $8.31 after tax. Plus I spent $16 and change plus tax per cable. It was a Black Friday special on Amazon. Yeah, it's not the nice coax. It's the cheap stuff, especially at that much. It was labeled under CB, but it's 16 RG8X. I'm starting to get old. But the RG8X is a cable that can be used for CB because CB is 11 meter. Your HF frequencies are 10 meters through 160 meters, so it works for both. And it can handle the 100 watts. It can handle anything I can give it. Although it's not the best coax, it's a pretty decent coax, and I'm pretty cheap right now. Perfect. I have a heat gun, but I think I'm just going to get a lighter and shrink that up that way. Be a lot easier than taking this down and taking it inside with the heat gun or running a long extension cord. But it works. I'm happy about that. We're nice and sealed up here. Gonna put the wire up through the fence here. This is to say the city is not going to come out and say, why is your fence all wired up? You need to replace your fence. It's not holding if you have to wire it up. Nah, not the case. That is an antenna, folks. Nice and hidden. Outside part's done. Finally. Alright, don't mind the mess, but there is my inner choke on a stick going to the back of this rig right here. That's my tuner, and it goes from here to my tuner on this side, and this side goes to the antenna. I'm curious if my studio lights are causing that interference. Let me do a refresh on the screen here, see what we're doing with, if I find my cursor. My microphone's in the way. This is my studio computer when I do live streams. So that is poor. That just stinks. Don't think we're going to get it out very easily. Let's see what we got here. Let's get here. Let's take a random. Okay, we're tuned up. I was a bit off on the tuning. See if that helps any. And mind you, so the band conditions are very poor right now. But I'm getting a copy on that guy. Let me turn that down. So the band conditions are very poor according to the solar weather. So if you got poor all across the board there, you're most likely going to have poor reception, which we are. But it doesn't sound that bad. I can copy the guy. So I'm going to call this a success. I tested the lights, and there's no problem with the lights causing any interference. Just a clean signal. And those chokes on the stick may be helping that. That's my tuner right down here. These are my headphones for the live streams. Here's my paddle. It's an MFJ. Need to dust it off a little bit. But it is a bencher style key. I really like it over my Vibraplex. I'm starting to use that now. It's my mouse, my headphones for live streaming. It's my microphone right here. Got the camera off in the distance. But this is the laptop that I use when I live stream. Just to show you, this is my Vibraplex paddle. And it does well, but every now and then it starts to stick. But a friend of mine, he polished it up and got it nice and shiny. I kind of messed it up again, but got my call sign on the bottom there. I got this at a Ham Expo or Ham Fest. I think it was Irving Ham Fest a number of years ago. But took my CW course with that. I like it. It's wood, it's heavy. It's got the brass on there. The other one I have is really heavy, and I appreciate that. But I want to show you, I'm doing a lot of projects around here, or starting to kind of get out of my funk. And I'm sorry I have to turn my hat backwards because the studio lights just totally black out or have a huge shadow there. This, where'd I put it? This is my DeWalt 20-volt drill. And it is nice and powerful. It's brushless. Very nice. My son got that for me a few Christmases ago. It even has a little light right there. And I like the light down here rather than up here. That way it can just do better project lighting than going right on top of it. But it takes these 20-volt batteries. These happen to be an amp and a half. I've seen them online. You can get 8-amp batteries for these things. Sometimes off-brand for not too expensive. If you get the DeWalt brand, you're going to pay for it. But I know there's always a risk going off-brand. But they're a great battery. And here is a connector for that battery. So that's a 20-volt battery. And I got a fuse on this. Right here is a buck converter. And this takes 20 volts to 12 volts. And I actually did test it on my multimeter. It's 12.22 volts is what's pumping out. So all I did was, this was all one thing. I think it was 20 bucks. And you can buy a 2-pack for like $31.99. And I showed this at a LARC meeting. I put this whole thing in my cargo pants pocket and pulled it out. But this is a power pole. And I connect this up to my FT500. And I was able to run it for quite a while, several hours actually, just on an amp and a half battery. But I was doing receive mainly. And then I went over there. I think I had like 3 different QSOs just trying to test everything out. No noise on VHF, UHF. I was like, for 20 bucks, I got a battery backup for my system. That's pretty cheap. And I can get 8-amp hour batteries if I want to on this. So that got me to thinking, I have Ryobi batteries. Stand by, let me get one. This is a 40-volt lithium battery. This happens to be 7.5 amps. It's easy to charge. I got a dual charger for them. I had a 6 or 4 amp hour battery for my lawn equipment. I think these come up to a 12 amp hour. But I've seen 8s, and you can get 2 off-brand ones for like 90 bucks. And so I got thinking, if that one works great, why not do the Ryobi battery and get more power? So now I got 2 of these connectors for the Ryobi batteries in this box. And from Amazon, I can't remember what I paid for it. And a buck converter for 40 volts to 12 volts. And a lot of these are used in golf carts and things such as that. This is kind of advertised for your power wheels, to be able to run your power wheels off a Ryobi battery. But I got 2 of those, and I'm going to run them in parallel and run them into this box. And this box will pump out 30 amps at 12 volts. So I haven't tested it all yet, but that's going to be my next project. And how am I going to put that all together, I don't know. but be able to run 2 of these 7.5 amp hour batteries. I just get 8s, but a friend of mine said that he knows someone that has it that takes 4 of these batteries to convert to his 12 volt, just so he can be on the radio longer. So this stuff works. It's not my idea. It was actually Roger, my friend Roger, who came up with it. You'll see in one of the videos he was at the Go Kit Challenge, but still ideas from everybody. This stuff works, and it works well, and it's pretty cool because they're easy to charge. I got a double charger for these Ryobi batteries, and of course I got a little charger that doesn't take long for the DeWalt batteries, but may run my IC7000 on this on the next POTA. We'll see. And one more thing that I'm going to do a video on in the future is this skyhook. This is an awesome skyhook. What's so cool about this one is that you can put antennas here with the PL259s, or SO239s rather, and make your own J-pole antenna off of this, and just experiment around. And what's nice is he's now got it slotted here, so if I need to move the elements closer or further apart, I can do that. But that fits your military mass, and he's got an adapter called the Lars that can fit pipes. He's also got another version of that Lars that will actually fit on a camera mount, so you can use a tripod for one of these. So very cool. It is hard metal. It's aircraft grade aluminum, and what's nice about that is, you know, the military mass systems, which there's thousands of them out there. I have a bag full of them in the garage, and you know, they come with a plastic disc. Well, those discs degrade over time, and they will break. So go to thehamstop.com for skyhooks. That will redirect you to the Etsy shop, but it's thehamstop.com, and I will review this in a later video. I just not been feeling well, as you know. So great product, highly recommend it. If you're doing POTA, get some of these. These are well worth it. I think I spent the energy off myself. I'm still very tired. I don't know what hit me, but it wasn't good, and it really took me out. So I'm gonna try to recoup some here, edit the video. I'm gonna put it in for members to watch first, and then it's gonna come off members only, and Sunday morning I'll switch it over so everybody can see it at 5 p.m. But if you want to see a video and I'm able to get it out early, we do have different membership levels open. I'm still trying to figure out the benefits of all those memberships. I just have some place markers in there for the time being, but hopefully it'll be beneficial for you, and helps benefit my channel for me to be able to buy stuff like this and be able to use it and show little tricks of the trade. You know, just every little bit helps. And it's not just about ham radios. Sometimes we go to small towns, sometimes we'll go to an attraction. I do want to go back to the Museum of the American Railroad, revisit that, and some of the other places, just to see what we have around here. But there's so much history, and I'm a big believer you better capture it and document it before it's gone. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care, be safe, bye. And I really appreciate that. Now the ancillary parts are not, but you know, it's like there's no such thing as a free puppy. But I mean, this is $831 after tax. Plus I spent 16 and change plus tax per cable. It was a Black Friday special on Amazon. Yeah, it's not the nice coax. It's the cheap stuff, especially at that much. It was labeled under CB, but it's 16 or